Miami. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, fantasy football owners. The road to winning your fantasy football championship starts now. I'm Matt Harmon from Reception Perception. Join me and James Coe as we take a deep dive into the position that's going to make or break your fantasy roster. Wide receivers. We analyze route running, target share, and all the metrics that matter, giving you the insights you need to draft the best wide receivers. As you prep for your draft, let us give you the coverage you need. Follow and listen to Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, this is Dr. Endo of Victor Endo and Elmer Eye Care. Attention students, for the first time ever, Victor Endo and Elmer Eye Care is offering PRK, all laser LASIK, and Smile for just $1,600 per eye. This exclusive back-to-school promotion is only available through September 30th with a valid student ID.
And don't forget to ask about their interest-free financing.
Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Learn more and register for our next Vision Solutions open house on September 12th. 6 p.m. Visit Victor.com today.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates, not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples can print everything for my business.
Sure can.
And the quality is guaranteed.
Absolutely.
Plus, you'll beat any price quote. Is that right?
For sure.
How about this one?
We'll beat it.
Can you print menus, signs, and flyers?
Sure can.
How about blueprints?
No problem.
What about red prints?
Not a real thing.
What if they were?
We print them, and they look amazing.
Now at Staples, print more, save more. Up to $150 off your print purchase. Ends 11/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details and staples.com/price match for in-store price match guarantee.
WGR.
All right, welcome back to One Bills Live here on this Buffalo Football Monday. Chris Brown, Steve Tasker with you, and pleased to be joined now by former NFL quarterback and Thursday Night Football analyst for Amazon Prime Video. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick joining the show. And Fitz, thanks. Before we get your first question out to you, we do have to tell everybody Thursday Night Football streams exclusively on Prime Video Thursday nights throughout the NFL season, beginning this Thursday when the Dolphins host the Bills with pregame coverage starting at 7 p.m. And you will see Ryan Fitzpatrick right there on Amazon Prime Video as part of the pregame panel. Fitzy, good to see you as always. Hope the start of the regular season is treating you well. How you been?
Chris, I've been great, dude. What a great win for the Bills, too. I'm not going to lie. I live in Arizona now, so
yeah,
I was getting a lot of haters out here in Arizona that were really looking forward to a Cardinals upset. So it got noisy early in that game, but that was a great Sunday, just in general, football being back.
Sounds about right.
Best time of year, obviously, and was a great way to see the Bills come back and win that game.
What do you think of your first thoughts about opening weekend? You look around, I mean, in general, it is always good to see the guys kick it off again, particularly with the Chiefs in Baltimore on Thursday night. And then, you know what it's like to play in kind of a home opener, kind of big with expectations, that kind of stuff. What are your thoughts about how, around the league, what you thought about the trends in the league and the dynamic kick and all that?
Yeah, well, we got to see one return, right? We got to see a touchdown. I think the dynamic kickoff is going to be interesting all year. It seems like right now most teams are saying, let's don't even mess with it. Let's kick it out of the back of the end zone. There will be some opportunities when it lands short, for sure. But I would say this, one of the trends that just was interesting, it just seemed like offenses got off to a slower start. It seemed like some of the quarterbacks, and I think some of this comes from not playing in the preseason, everybody getting their feet. As a quarterback, you don't get hit all off season. You don't get hit in the preseason anymore. And so when you play caller, and live bullets are coming and you're actually getting hit. That first fumble by Josh, sometimes that happens where it takes one to just, oh yeah, now I remember they can actually hit me again. I've got to be a little bit more careful with the ball. I think I saw that around the league where there were some struggles with some of the quarterbacks that we'll slowly see go away because they're going to get more into the action as the season progresses here.
We're still kind of gathering evidence as to what Joe Brady's stamp on this Buffalo offense is going to be, Fitz. And last year, when it was uncertain as to whether he was triaging the offense or molding it into what he wants it to be down the stretch last year when he took over as interim, he ran the ball on average 37 times a game when he took over. That led the league. Yesterday, counting Josh's carries and scrambles, it turned out to be 33 carries, which is close to the number. And I'm kind of wondering, too, if with the cyclical nature of the league, if we're going to get back to seeing a little more run. Harbaugh's in the league now with the Chargers. I think that's going to up the average. But do you see a possibility of maybe some OCs leaning on that run game a little bit more, obviously still understanding it's a passing league?
Yeah, and then we saw it in overtime with Detroit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that physical brand of football. It's funny. I've been expecting that for a few years now because as these linebackers get smaller and as the defensive players get smaller, you would think that football is just always cyclical. So you would think that we would come back to that. But yes, I like the smash mouth version because then it also just opens up the field on the play action stuff. I think one of the difficulties that some of these teams have with so much shotgun is sometimes the play action isn't as effective when you're not under center. And, I don't know because of who's coming into the game now from college to the NFL that we're going to see more under center. I think that's a fad it's kind of going away. You'll see more pistol and you've seen more pistol. Atlanta was an interesting one where it was just almost primarily shotgun. It just gets difficult sometimes with the play actions and that stuff.
So when you see that trend coming and maybe the pendulum does swing back, but they're kind of, every NFL team is a little bit a slave to the talent that's on their roster and the talent that's available to them. So we did see Baltimore do that with Lamar. They drafted Lamar. They said, all right, you know what? We're going to get wide receivers that can block. We're going to get an offensive coordinator in. We're going to run some our offense. We had 3 tight ends, the whole thing. Teams can kind of see that coming. But I think the magic elixir would be is if you could do either or you could load up, run heavy, or run the ball effectively and be a power type offense and do it for an entire game and then come back, spread them out, go 5 wide, let's air it out. Is that a possibility in your mind?
Yeah, I think Detroit's a good example of that, right? Where they've got 2 pretty dynamic guys on the outside. They've got a great tight end, but they have a very physical offensive line, and they've got a coach that's what he's all about is the grit and toughness. That being said, they're very happy to spread it out. They're very happy to leave the ball in Jared Goff's hands on a meaningful 2nd, 3rd, or 4th down at the end of the game when they're trying to run the clock out for him to throw it. So I think if you're looking at exactly what you're saying and does it exist in the NFL, Detroit right now may be the favorite in the NFC. They play that brand of football. So I think that's a good one to look at.
All right, let's get a look at the game you're going to be covering on Thursday night in Miami. 2 teams that you suited up for. So it'll be interesting to see your reception down there in Miami, knowing there'll be a healthy amount of Bills fans as well. But in any event, it's interesting that Miami struggled to run the ball yesterday. They still end up with 400 yards of total offense and finally kick it into gear there, but their offensive line is once again under fire for some of the run game struggles they've had. And, this defensive front for Buffalo did a pretty good game against what was the top 5 running team last year in Arizona. But just your look at it at first blush.
Yeah, I think I was really surprised at how Miami struggled early offensively. I think that'll be addressed and fixed. With McDaniel, which is obviously we've talked ad nauseum about Shanahan's tree, McVay's tree, all of that. But I think one of the great things about that type of offense is you can be out schemed. And so it's not necessarily always about who's in front and who's blocking. A lot of times it's about being out schemed and getting numbers. And I expect them to run the ball a lot better this week. the difficult thing when defending Miami is there's speed everywhere. And so at any given time, any given play, even if they're struggling, you see him hit Waddle for a 50, 60 yard or whatever it was. And then obviously the 80 yarder to Tyreek. It just gets so difficult to contain these guys for an entire game. Buffalo's going to play a lot of too high safeties, and they're going to dare them to run. And, that's something that Miami last year proved that they're really good at. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup. It's one that Josh has really had a lot of success with going against Miami. But I see this as being a great game, and I can't give my pick yet. Steve, I want you to tune in, so I can't give my pick yet. But
I get you.
I think it's going to be a great matchup.
I am on pins and needles. Yes. First of all, two things quick before we let you go. What's your T-shirt say that you're wearing? We can't see it. And secondly, after you show us what you, what's it say? We can't see.
It says, I keep all my jokes in a database.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Wow. Get it?
That's a good one. Right. Second thing is, tell me about Steak and Shake. Eric Wood told us to ask you, how big a number did they pay you to pose
Yeah.
behind burger boxes on a bearskin?
Shake Shack. We got to get that right. Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Shake Shack.
Yeah, Eric Wood, the man whose hands you put under his butt, he wants to know what price was it to get you in this position?
Guys, you know what? You got to give the people what they want, and I know that, Eric Wood hasn't seen that body in a lot of years. So I just wanted to make sure that he still knew I was there and at least working out a little bit, and the chest hair is doing great.
Yeah. And I mean, the bearskin actually, makes you look like you could stand to have a few more hairs on your chest because, it kind of takes away from you, I think. I think they shouldn't have even done the bearskin rug. They should have had you in all your glory. So, all right.
Yeah,
Well,
the tough part about that one is I do have my oldest daughter's 13, so she was not particularly thrilled.
That's a hell of a debut on social media, Fitz. I do have to tell you. That's remarkable. So you've got far more guts than me. So good on you for being who you are and proud of it.
Thanks.
Bravo.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, thanks. Thanks, guys.
That's Ryan Fitzpatrick. You will see him when Thursday Night Football streams exclusively on Prime Video Thursday nights throughout the NFL season, and it begins on Thursday when the Bills travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. He's a Thursday Night Football analyst, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Never a dull moment with Fitz. I think we can safely say that. That is special. That's right up there with Joe Namath doing the stockings commercial, right? Didn't you do the pantyhose commercial?
That's correct.
That's right up there.
Yeah, that's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah, right
now. Yeah, right now it does. I can't put it. I mean, Joe won the world championship, and his legs were famous for being his knees were problems and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was Wolves, and now Fitz's.
That's the first thing I
Fitz's
thought of.
body hair is something to be special.
It is something to behold, and it goes back to the Let It Be look days of the 70s.
Well, it's a return to the Cosmopolitan centerfold that Burt Reynolds did.
I'm not familiar with it. Completely au naturel.
Okay. He had a cigar. He had a little thin cigarette in his.
Yeah. Fitz, for those that can't see and are listening on the radio, he has a crinkle cut fry hanging from his mouth. So, I'd love to be in the room when the ad wizards came up with this concept. And then I would have loved to have been a third listener on the phone call when it was pitched to Fitz. And he probably went, yeah, let's do it.
He went, you're going to have to add a couple of zeros to the check. Yes, I'll do it.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. And I would expect nothing less for Brian Fitzpatrick. So good on him.
We'll see him at the end of the week.
You can't say he's not entertaining.
Not at all. He's great. It's always good to have him on the show. Appreciate it.
We will take a break here. When we come back, more of your phone calls as we need your takeaways from Buffalo's Week 1 victory over the Arizona Cardinals, 803-0550. Your calls when we come back here on One Bills Live. Stay with us.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
1 más 3 billones de dólares. ¿Qué te parece? You know I'm ready to play. Sounds grande, grande.
Play the New York Lottery's new Grande Scratch-Off games with prizes up to $3 million or a second chance to win one of 100 VIP trips to Billboard Latin Music Week in Miami. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Hi, this is Dr. Endo of Victor Endo and Elmer Eye Care. Attention students, for the first time ever, Victor Endo and Elmer Eye Care is offering PRK, all laser LASIK, and Smile for just $1,600 per eye. This exclusive back-to-school promotion is only available through September 30th with a valid student ID.
And don't forget to ask about their interest-free financing.
Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Learn more and register for our next Vision Solutions open house on September 12th. 6 p.m. Visit victor.com today.
Just results.
Hi, Dan Chacha here. If you've been seriously injured, the impact can be devastating, leaving you with a lifetime of pain and unable to work. You need a law firm that will get you the full compensation you deserve before the insurance companies start pushing you around. Your injury is our priority.
Dan Chacha delivers no worries. Just results. Call 648-3030. Just results.
Hey, fantasy football owners, I'm Matt Harmon. And what's cracking up, James Coe? Join us on Reception Perception as we dive deep into wide receivers, the position that will make or break your fantasy team. Follow and listen to Reception Perception on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Discover a surprisingly affordable Christ-centered university right here in New York. Houghton University offers an exceptional, unapologetically Christian education at a very competitive price. Apply for free by October 15th, and you could receive 4 years of free textbooks. Why wait? Apply today at houghton.edu/apply now. That's HOUGHTON.edu.
I definitely don't need them anymore. I don't need a service.
Hey Buffalo, get into an all-new Ford Bronco Sport for as little as $259 a month. It's perfect for all your everyday adventures, like taking the kids to camp or getting away for the weekend. Get into a 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Big Ben for as little as $259 a month for 36 months with red carpet lease trade assist. Visit your local Ford dealer today. Take delivery by September 30th. Call 1-833-638-9886 for complete lease details.
Fantasy freaks and geeks, what's cracking? It's your boy James Coe back with my brand new project, the Sleeper King Football Podcast. Look, I get it, okay, there's a lot of fantasy pods out there, but we're going to keep this one light, 15-20 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week, and man, we are going to pack it with all the info you need, season long, weekly projections, and of course, sleepers. Follow and listen to the Sleeper King Football Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
WGR.
Buffalo Pepsi is in season. Just grab a Pepsi Zero Sugar and pour in your favorite Buffalo sauce. Buffalo Pepsi. Try it. Share it. Believe it. Come out to Highmark Stadium and try a Buffalo Pepsi at the Pepsi tent on the Boulevard during every home pregame. Pepsi Zero Sugar, hot sauce, and a blue cheese rim. Truly a Buffalo Pepsi. Welcome back to One Bills Live. Yes, with you here on a Buffalo Football Monday. We're already in hour number 2 of our 3-hour program here on Mondays. Get used to that. A reminder, Mondays are 3 hours now during the regular season. So we're on at noon, not 1 p.m. And we are taking your phone calls at 803-0550, 1-888-550-2550. Those are the numbers to get on board. And back to the phones we go. And to Barb in Holland. What do you got for us, Barb? You're on One Bills Live.
Hi, you guys. How you doing today?
Doing well.
I'm calling because they're exactly what I thought they were going to be. I called in the summertime and I said, way too many weapons.
I can't even do
offense, I thought
codes.
looked awesome. It took them a little bit, but they have a lot of weapons. And I in defense, I just thought that, you know, they're going to come along and get stronger and stronger. I don't know. My take on it was, I had everybody texting me saying that my guy was up with this Keon Coleman and that he had caught the ball. So I don't know. I was thrilled. I think they're going to be really, really hard to beat this year.
I would agree. I said it in the Bills by the Numbers podcast last week. Yeah, what did I say?
You said they're going to be a wagon, and they're going to
Maybe-
lead the team. They're going to lead the league in
They may
scoring.
lead the league in scoring.
The one burning question we asked on our weekly podcast, Bills by the Numbers, was what is going to be the most surprising development for the team this season? Steve said that they're going to lead the league in scoring on offense, and I said that Greg Rousseau is going to have a double-digit sack season.
Let's go!
2 for 2, I think. Pretty good out of the chute, Steve.
Let's go.
That's why you listened. Let's go.
Yeah, we got it. Nailed it.
Yeah, but
Long way to go, but yes, you're right, Barb. That I was saying exactly what you were saying. I thought the first month of this season, the offense is going to have to be the engine, and the defense will catch up to it. They got a big test coming up on Thursday night, short week, and a phenomenally gifted offense with a really good offensive head coach. Now, the Bills have what has
Dude,
been
what did I
the
fucking
Dolphins'
I
kryptonite
don't
over
understand.
the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and that's Josh. But you can imagine what the Dolphins guys and players and coaches in that building think of the Bills. They got a chip on their shoulder the size of the stadium.
They're tired of the Bills being a bully.
That's right.
And they want to beat the bully.
And they have gotten their heads handed to themselves a ton by Josh and these guys. So
Including losing the division last year at the wire. Let's not
they
forget
had
that.
a 3-game lead in the division with 5 games to play, and the Bills won the division outright and were the 2 seed in the conference at the expense of the Miami Dolphins. Don't think they're not going to show up with a chip on their shoulder.
Let's get back to the phones and to Mark in Jersey City next. What's up, Mark?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks for taking my call. Yesterday was, I enjoyed the win yesterday. I like those types of games. I think they show way more because it seems like there's just a large segment of Bills fans who want to watch Miami in Buffalo on a loop. And if anything less than that is just like, oh my God, this guy's fault. You know, Madden players who just press reset or rage quit when they're losing. This is what you guys deal with as callers. For the most part, it's frustrating to hear, whether it was the field goal or death. I would tell Bills fans, get out of the bubble. Go around the league, listen to Cleveland radio today. Come down, listen to New York Giants radio. Go down and listen to Miami. They were down 14-0 at home, same as the Bills were. Well, I'm sorry, the Bills were down 10-17-3. If they don't punch a ball out at the goal line with Etienne going in, they're losing that game. And you know what? Miami lives on the fringes in the sense that they rely on those 80-yard touchdowns that people tell you don't get those every week. Those 62-yard, those are rare. Those are not every week plays, and fans are just so enamored with those. It's like if I make a lot of boxing analogies. Like Mike Tyson, if he couldn't knock your head off in the first 4 rounds and you got him into a long fight where you had to rely on skill, Evander Holyfield happened, Lennox Lewis happened. And the Bills, sticking with the run under Brady. You watched Dave Hall's offense yesterday with Daniel Jones. You watched who's calling that offense in Cleveland? Is it Dorsey?
No, it's Stefanski, actually.
Yeah. But whose offense is it? They don't even know. I'm listening to Jason Lloyd today and Darryl Ryder. They don't know whose offense is it. And you have Deshaun Watson, who looks like a shell. They're running the ball. They're throwing the ball 45, 50. They're starting off like that. We've got Josh Allen, and they're sticking with the run, methodical. Like Steve said, just gut punches, just little body blows, being balanced. I think, like you say, Steve, all the time, they're going to be a wagon. And whether it was inactive, deactive, Grable up, Van Mark down, Bishop down, maybe he's up this week, maybe not. I thought the Cam Lewis stepping in for Taron Johnson, just put it all in. I thought their ability to take a punch and counter, that said a lot. And go Bills, thanks for taking my call.
Yep, true thing, Mark. Yeah, you're right. I remember Eric Wood in the booth yesterday on the air saying to me, and this was during a break, this was not on the air, but the team is down 14 to or 17 to 3. So they're down 14 points in the first half. They don't panic. They come back, they tie the game, and then kind of seize control of the game.
I tried this.
Eric looked at me during a break and he said, that's what good teams do. And for this team to do that with all of the roster turnover in week 1, when they're not playing their best, to turn the game around and do that, I think is a very encouraging sign going forward. Now, that's not always going to work and happen if they stub their toe at the start of a football game. But the fact that they were able to do that in week 1, still look resolutely confident in doing it, and then in fact executing it